And I heard,
live.
are we live?
We're live.
Oh,
bitch! I got it.
Thank you. Happy Friday. Oh, shit. You know what I did with my iPhone?
It's Friday. What'd you do with your iPhone?
Today, I was setting an alarm, and it said, whatever the ringtone was. And I was like, what are my other options? And it said something about a song, and it had Paper Planes by MIA.
Oh my gosh. I fly like paper, get high like planes.
Catch me at the border, I got bees in my name.
All right, sorry, I'm going to check the audio.
Oh, shit, man. Is it? Yep, purple light's on. Oh, my gosh. I got to tell you something.
Is that purple? Are you sure about that?
It's purple.
You sure about that?
I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure that's blue.
That's purple.
That's
right here.
Blue.
Oh, that is blue. You're right.
I was about to say, you're colorblind.
That's the color former known as purple.
Okay.
So
here we go.
And so I was like, you can have that. You can have a song play for your alarm. So I set a test.
Beautiful.
And I put Friday I'm in Love by The Cure because it's Friday.
Oh, yeah?
And I set my alarm for 12:49. It was 12:47. I didn't want it to go off at 12:48 while I was still trying to set it. So I waited, and at 12:49 it went off, and it did not play Friday I'm in Love by The Cure.
What did it play?
Like some kind of stupid Apple thing. Exactly. So I was not happy. But speaking of MIA, do you know anything about her? You know, MIA are her initials, and she's Sri Lankan, I think. Beautiful woman. Do you know her? Who she is? Very, very super intelligent.
Oh,
smart.
really?
Yeah, super smart.
Do you know Bridget Medler from...
Yeah. Good Luck, Charlie.
She is now a PhD, and she works in like space and stuff.
Okay. I got one for you.
She's got a lot of acronyms behind her name now. It's actually really wild.
Do you know two people, Mayim Bialik from the Big Bang Theory? She was Blossom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think she has some kind of a degree. But who does for real is, sorry about that if you do. On the Wonder Years, the original, there was a girl winning. Danica McKellar was her name. Do you know who she is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's not good. It's not a good story then. She has a PhD too.
Cool. We love to see women in STEM. We love to see.
Oh my God.
We love to see women womening.
I brought some papers to show Amanda from a little while ago. I'm 112 years old. And so I went, and it gets worse. Because I went to primary school and elementary school in a place called Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Right. Which makes me 400 years older. And so I was looking at some papers because I was trying to figure out why I do things I do. And I figured it started early. So I'm back to kindergarten. And so I'm looking
How did you find papers that you had in kindergarten?
I don't know. I really don't.
That's so wild.
And I didn't find much.
And you didn't get one needs improvement, did you?
No. Mm-mm.
That's very, very, very impressive. Can we copy this? And then I'm going to grade you on this every quarter.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So
specifically the social living relationships. Works and plays cooperatively.
Oh, I remember what I was going to tell you.
Needs improvement.
So I was looking at like my report cards, and your parents had to sign, and my mom would sign Mrs. David R. Brown. And I'm like, oh shit, man, it's a different day. Because she wouldn't write that anymore. Well, she's dead now, but she wouldn't have any longer. I mean, would you write, Mrs. Joseph Allen Burrow?
Yes, I would.
Gladly.
Yes, I would. You know I would.
I go to bed at 8 o'clock in season 2. Hit me up.
Joe Burrow, if you're watching this, I'm free on Fridays. If you're free on Fridays, I'm also free on Fridays. If you're free on Fridays, I'm free on Fridays.
There were papers from the superintendent too of the schools, and it's like our everything was the male, right? The male pronoun.
Oh yeah, Mr.
Yeah. Oh, and one of my things from my kindergarten on my report card was use this handkerchief appropriately.
Yeah, use his handkerchief appropriately.
Yep. Oh, so here's my story. So yesterday was Thursday, but the day before that was Wednesday. And I went to a place called Tower House on Wednesday, and I had what's called therapy. And, and it lasted 50 minutes, which is an hour. I didn't know that, but that's an hour in therapy land. And so I have my therapy and I'm fixed. And I really appreciate all of your help the last 6 years getting me to where I could go to therapy. And so after that, I walked across the street to a place called Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Healthcare. And then I went down some stairs to a place called, what's it called? Queen City Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I was just going to drop in on my friend. We'll call her Hippadonna.
Hippadonna.
And so I went down and I looked in you got to look in a little window, and I tapped on it, and there were like 50 people down there, and they were having a meeting. Someone was presenting. It was very quiet. Right, I know. And I was like, it's either a funeral or I don't know. So I tap, and our friend, we'll call him Hippa John Halfhead.
Hippa John Halfhead? Okay.
Yep. He said, hey. And he let me in. And so someone popped up, and then 50 sets of, I almost said 50 eyes, but like 50 cyclopses. So it was 100 eyes. I said, I'm looking for Hippadonna. And somebody said, Hippadonna, really loud like that. And she was in the front. I'm like, oh my God. And so she gets up and she's coming towards me, and I'm coming towards her. And I'm like, this looks really, really serious. I just came to say I can't wait to see you next Wednesday. And I ran out, and she's like, thank you.
That's the most Bill story I've ever heard.
I was like, oh shit, man. I'm going through with it though. It's got worse and worse. Yeah.
I'm gonna commit.
I'm like, I'm gonna sneak in and do it in the back, and she's in the front. And I'm whispering, and the guy's yelling for her. But you know what?
You said I'm a full send this shit.
But it made her really happy.
Oh, there you go.
And that was really cool.
She said, yes, get me out of this meeting for 5 seconds. Thank God.
She got a big smile on her face, and she said, me too. Because we start pickleball next Wednesday.
Oh, good shit.
Yep. And she's coming back for pickleball. So
that's really exciting. I'm excited for your pickleball class.
Me too. I'm excited that we're doing it in the afternoon, because we did it in the morning first time we did it in the summer, and I had to bring 3 shirts to work. Remember that? I did. Because,
yeah, you sweat through all of them.
Yep. So we're doing it in the afternoon now, so I don't have to re-shirt.
Re-shirt?
Yeah.
Re-shirt up.
Did you tell Evan that my friend Becky said
yes. Yes.
I said, hey, do you know my friend Evan? And she goes, oh, I love Evan. I'm like, okay, down.
Like, I texted myself, who the fuck's Becky?
I know. I should have told you. It's okay.
No. He told, we actually, interestingly enough, had a conversation about her last week.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I already knew who Becky was.
She was really cool to me.
Yeah, he had gifted her
yeah, she told me.
Yeah.
A bag thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess another person at where he used to work showed him a picture of everybody, and she still has it and was wearing it. And he's like, oh my God, Becky's still wearing the thing that I gave her. That's so cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it was really sweet. It was really nice.
Yeah, tell him it was really nice. It's just nice to see when you mention somebody you don't know and their face gets all happy.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
He starts his new job on Monday, by the way.
That's fantastic.
I know. It's really exciting.
I'm
going to be here every day, every single day till further notice, till he gets a car. So since we share a car,
it's your car.
Yes.
You don't really share a car. You let him borrow your car.
Yes, that's true.
I made the mistake of sharing a car.
and then she shared it with a light pole.
Exactly. The light pole.
God bless her soul.
Really. Speaking of weird Catholic shit, I got this text from my ex-girlfriend. Her name is Kate. Hippa Kate.
Oh, Hippa Kate.
And she said, hey, Hippa Melissa hit me up on Hippa Facebook. And I'm like, what? So they were going to play pickleball together, because they both play pickleball. And I said to my friend Kate, hit as hard as you can right at her, because she likes that. And she'll hit it back at you. And Kate was like, flame out eject on that.
Why? That is the worst idea I've ever heard in my entire life. Why would you allow that to happen?
Oh, shit, man. No, I didn't say a thing. I knew
not that you could stop it from happening.
I knew for 2 weeks maybe they were talking, and I didn't say anything to either of them about it. I didn't mention it to Melissa. I didn't mention it to Kate. when one, and Melissa didn't tell me anything about it. Katie was, but I wouldn't say anything. All I said was something really sweet about Melissa the first time she mentioned it, and then hit it at her. Because she likes that, and she does, and she's awfully fast, and she did it back at you. And then Kate, she's not an athlete. And so Melissa asked her to play in a tournament. This is really fast, sorry. And Kate texted me, and she was like, I said no, because it wouldn't have gone well for her. I'm like, you're right, it would not have gone well for her. Thank you for
Why
saying that.
why are they
Well, I mean, it's clearly it's a bad decision on someone's part.
why
Looking for something that
let me just go hit up.
I know. But it led to a couple nights ago, Melissa and I were playing pickleball in Kettering. Kate was supposed to come up, and she didn't. So it's getting close, though.
That sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. Because I was like, I gotta watch this play out.
Oh my god. Dance for me, puppets,
Exactly.
dance.
Oh, I need to move to my friend Ashley.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What the
I know.
You gotta somehow stop that before it gets,
I
before
don't
they
think so.
sit and chit chat and have lunch.
That'd be
and-
fine. No, go right ahead.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Hey, facts are the facts. They're not going to change. I can't hide anything, right?
I
So-
guess that's true, man. You're a better man than I would.
But I mean, there's nothing to tell much. He's a weirdo? Absolutely. Fucking yeah, he's a weirdo. Okay, is that going to change? Not a bit. All right, good. Thanks for your time.
Oh
Appreciate
my
it.
god.
The thing is, it just what gets me, and I understand the thought process, but oh my god, to think that Kate would have anything rational to offer anybody about anything, it's just blows my mind. Hey, no, and she could say the same about me. There's a place for her in my life. It's very important, and it's being in the truck and bus parking at Kings Island, getting high, and riding Banshee and shit like that. That's our place.
That's her place in my life.
Yes, that's okay.
In my endocannabinoid system.
That's exactly right. And as they would have it, my place and hers is literally 200 yards away at a casino. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I could never even imagine two of my exes hanging out and being cool and being friends.
Man, it's
Oh, that would be so fun. The stories that they would curate about me.
Oh, that'd be nice. You know what I wish I...
That would be nice.
Yeah. I mean,
I had terror. I don't know about you, but my exes were terrible.
They were terrible, of course, at the time. But they're not anymore.
Well, you can only speak for yourself.
I can.
Mine are probably still, I don't know. Maybe they've changed. Maybe they're doing better. Who knows?
Shit. Hey, this is
But I ain't got anything to hide. I'm an open book. Fucking talk shit about me to each other.
That's a good thing.
That's fine. I don't care.
I'm open bookish too, and I like that about us. Here's what happened to me on Wednesday. So I went to Talbot House. This is a podcast kind of about mental health.
When we get there.
Yeah. I need some help with my mental health. I had case management, and it really helped me because I didn't work for 10 years or so, let's say. I just was really sick. I got a case manager, and I got a part-time job through a supported employment program, making minimum wage, and it was great for me. I did that for 8 or 9 months, and now I'm here. I've been here for 6 years, making, I don't know if we're up to $13 or $14 an hour. It's just crazy. Sky's the limit. So I once I started working again, I was doing better, and I got rid of case management, and my life went back to a place that it was before in some areas, which showed me and people in my life that I continue to have problems with my mental health with executive function piece of my life.
Yes.
And so what I have to come up with is a framework, hopefully a routine framework that works for my employer, for me, for my friends, my family, for my life. And so to do that, the only thing I knew was to go back to case management and try to take those pieces one by one. And I need therapy because of what's happened, this year. It's been a bad year. And there are some things that I want to work on. And really quickly, there are some things that are very well defined. I mean, very pinpoint, well defined that I want to work on.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy.
Which is great that you have that and you have that awareness. Yeah.
And I'm scared about a couple of them, one of them. But I'm really happy that I don't want to. I want to fix these things.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what I'm here to do as a human. Maybe this is my thing. Now I know myself. I'm going to fix these things and I'll go on the next thing, which will probably involve Scarlett Johansson. I'm sorry, Colin. I love you too. It's about my turn. Just got a couple things to work on. Exactly right.
That was very profound, and then it
nice.
went very silly
I
very
liked it.
quickly, which is very nice.
And I love you too, Michael Che.
But I'm proud of you for doing what you need to do for yourself.
Thank you.
And for utilizing the tools that we have in the mental health space.
Oh, that's where we're going. That's right.
Yeah, for yourself. And I think that that's really important that you're able to do that and that you have the function to do that, because that's a big part of executive function too, is not being able to do those things. So the fact that you were able to go and do those things, amazing, phenomenal. Celebrate yourself.
Thank you for saying that. And let me tell you what I told my therapist yesterday. And I said this to him. He was writing, and I said, hey, I want you to look at me when I say this, please. I said, I do this for a living. It took me 3 years to get here to sit across from you. From the time I knew I needed to be here.
Yeah.
Imagine not knowing what to do or who to talk to or being in this business. And then being a marginalized person anyway. And not being able to trust the people that you're supposed to be able to trust to talk to you when you're in a bad situation. You know what? Fuck.
That's the best way to put it. Fuck.
I mean, I probably say this more than anything else. Anytime somebody gets in the fucking front door, celebrate that. That's a win, man. So that's where I am, and I'm really. Melissa asked me, yesterday, what's the best part of your day? And I said, walking down the steps into the lobby at Talbot House after my appointment, because there were 5 or 6 people waiting, and they were all on their phones. And you know what I thought? You guys are looking at me, and I look like a freaking case manager or a therapist. And in about 2 weeks, when you're sitting here on your phone and my face pops up, because my ad's on there, and I'm saying, hey, you know what? You're in a shitty place. I was too. Let's talk about it. You're going to see me in a new light. And that's pretty cool. And I like that. That's telling Melissa that's who I am. I'm that guy. I'm the ripped jeans, hat backwards.
You are.
Knees dirty.
I tried to find a picture for the website for you, and I could not find a good picture of you without your hat on backwards.
And you know what? When I do the training classes for the state, this one person that I facilitate with, and he dresses really nice and he's very proud of himself. And he says, when you were in an elevator and you're giving your elevator speech and you're asking for $1 million, you want to look like $1 million. What are we doing here? Oh, there's quotes. Look at that. What do we have?
Brian said on Insta, y'all sound like you slowed down the audio. Brian said, Bill's why I have a position at RCHC. True.
You know what, Brian? Thank you for saying that. And Brian wrote me a card, and I have it, and it means a ton to me. There are several people who have said to me, I'm here because of you. And I like that. Oh, so what I tell the classes is, first day I always show up in a black t-shirt and ripped jeans and my high tops. I give my elevator speech quite a bit, and it's never to somebody in a suit who can write me a $5 million check. It's almost always to somebody with a tattoo on the back of their hand or their neck, sometimes their face. And it goes like this. I've been there, man. I've been there. Come hang out with us for a minute. So,
that's our commercial right there.
It is. And the only other thing I have to say about that is, Ashley, my best friend, my person died 6 months ago. And
has it really already been 6 fucking months?
Almost,
are you kidding me?
Almost.
Holy shit.
And goddamn, now I forgot where we're going with that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I should know better than to interrupt you.
I know, seriously. I know. Then 6 months later, you got in the basement to get your camping shot, and there's a guy chained to your wall. Like, what the fuck? Oh man.
So you said, "Come hang out with us." This is going to be our commercial.
Yeah, it's just going to close the whole thing together. I can't remember what it was, but I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
I'm excited about, and I like the fact that that's who I am.
So let me ask you this: when you think about what you want to do career-wise here, what does that look like for you? With everything that you just said.
You know what?
Or not even maybe here, maybe in general.
Here's what I know. I was coming to work a couple weeks ago, and one of our members was across the street at the bus stop. It was about 9,000 degrees, and we're not particularly close. We didn't particularly really have a lot of affinity for each other. But she was waiting for the bus and it was hot. And I walked across the street and sat down. She was like, "What's up?" And I sat there for 10 minutes till the bus came. It was the best conversation I had all week. And I started doing that with other people. And I guess that's what I like doing. The way I had it explained to me and a lot of other people that were in a talk that I was at was the guy said, I'm a bridge. And a bridge helps people get from one place to another place easier.
Or it's just a really good
down.
part of a song.
Yeah, it can be. And you don't have to have that to have a great song. I'm going to give you one, Laid by James. No chorus and no bridge. Great song. Thank you for bringing that up.
Of course.
That's very good.
Yeah.
I got ChatGPT yesterday. Oh, shit, man. Speaking of that, I was telling Melissa, okay, now I want a song, put it in the key of C, and I want 3 verses and a chorus and a bridge, and I want it to be about. And it didn't do that, but it did write haikus for me with a subset of letters. So that's kind of cool. Like you could take your name, Amanda, and say, make me a haiku using only the letters Amanda. And
that'd be wild.
Yeah. Yeah. How do we get there?
I don't know. You just this is the manifestation of ADHD in real time.
Oh, I gotta show you something so funny after this.
Oh yeah, okay.
I got a butthole in my basement. I can say butthole.
But you have I don't even.
It's on the wall.
I don't even want to know. But you said.
Yeah, go ahead. You go.
You're gonna forget.
So I was at Talbert House doing my intake, and I was talking to the intake person, and her name's Christine. That's not HIPAA. That's her name.
Shout out, Christine.
She works there. Yeah. And she went to your school, and she knows you.
Oh yeah, Christine. Yeah.
And when I said, "Do you know my friend Amanda?" her face lit up.
Really?
It did.
Oh,
yeah.
That's sweet.
She's like, she was so cool and so nice to everybody and so positive. And I'm thinking, oh my God, in high school, not in like early high school, right? You either had her really fooled, which is wonderful, or you were really that happy. And that's wonderful too. But she, here's where it goes back to. This is what got me. She's OG. She knew Drew. She mentioned Drew right off the bat. And she went to Uncensored Society like when she was in like right out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's OG shit.
Yeah. And that's really like towards the end of my high school is when I started to really that's when I was medicated. And when I really
professionally.
Yes. Professionally. Thank you.
You're welcome. Words are important.
Yeah, that's when I got on medication that really, really, really started to help me. And my life started to go on a little bit of an upward trajectory after all of the shit that I had gone through previously. But I mean, for the most part, I really did try to be a positive, uplifting person. But that's really, really nice to hear because I would not have thought somebody that went to high school with me would have said something like that because I was kind of a bump on a log for most of the time. That's
really cool to hear you say that.
Yeah.
That's neat. It was really, I love when people give you examples. I also love when people get called on shit. Like we have one of our employees was reached out to by a elected person in their office said, "Hey, we've heard so many good things about you." And I said, "What'd they hear?" He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, didn't you say what'd you hear? Who'd you hear it from?" He said, "No." I said, "You always ask that." Because they were making that up.
Damn.
That's politicians. But when someone can say with specifics, especially when someone can point to something that I know, and we've talked about this before, at least 2, I know it's at least 2 people, put a tattoo on their body with Uncensored Society on it because it meant so much to them, what it did to their lives. She's a year younger than you.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been out of high school for 10 years, and that's still that much of an impact to her.
Yeah.
That's some big shit. I told her, I love telling this, I ain't got to tell it in a long time, that when I met you, I knew I was going to hire you not to do anything I had in mind, just to see what you were going to do.
That's really cool. That's really cool to hear. That makes me feel really good. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. And
so that pick me up.
So she and my therapist, shout out to HIPAA Bryce. That's his real name. But I'm not going to tell you if it's a Y or an I. It could be either. Much like Brian.
Do you, interestingly...
Oh, anyway, I gave them the pod.
Oh, good. Lovely.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself feeling differently about having a male therapist versus a female therapist?
Not yet, but there is going to be. Yeah. I have a female therapist that I want to see, though. Her name is Erica. And the reason is because she knows me better than anyone else
Mhm.
because of
How long she's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And to the point where I Facebook messaged her because I called her office and they're like, no, you can't. Because I'm like, why? And they're like, because you don't pay your bill. I'm like, that's fair.
Understood.
Yeah. And so they put me on timeout, like Ashley used to do, for a year. And I think it's up. So I called last week and they couldn't tell me if she was, they couldn't book. I got to call back. So I messaged her and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry to message you, but I would like to see you if you're still a counselor. And because even Ashley had gone to appointments with me to talk about, what was going on with my relationships and stuff. And my part of my executive function problem, and I don't know if it's ECT or what, is my memory.
Mm-hmm.
And the horrible thing for me about memory problems is I don't know what I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. But I ran into a friend of mine, old friend from GCB, the other day, and we were coming across the street or a corner to each other and at a red light. And we met, and he had his dog, and I said, hey, what's your dog's name? And he told me Kobe Bryant. Like, yeah, it's like Kobe. And I asked him how he's doing, and he's like, I just saw you at La Soup where I work, a couple months ago, and his face looked sad.
No.
And it just broke my heart. And I'm like, I don't remember that at all. None of it. And our boss, I have that conversation with him a lot about, I just don't remember a thing about even talking to this person. It's crazy, weird. How do we get there? You gotta let me up.
Well, we were talking about your therapist, we were talking about Erica, and then we got into your memory issues.
Yeah. So
because it's a part of your executive dysfunction, which is a part of your symptoms.
Yeah. And I told Bryce, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, the amygdala had two responses. It's evolving. It was fight or flight. But that's changed. It got fight or flight or freeze sometime a couple of decades ago.
Yeah.
And now it has like as many F words as you can think of. We do that. But for my whole life,
as many F words as you can think of.
My whole life, yeah. I mean, I know some. Oh, Nils, I miss you. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn.
Fuck off.
Exactly. So I didn't know that it was okay to freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew I didn't fight. That wasn't my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I didn't run away.
Mm-hmm.
But I did never stop to think that doesn't match.
Yeah.
Until the freeze thing came. And then I was like, okay, I do that, but I didn't take it seriously until I learned what freeze looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And I did have this conversation with our boss. He said, I don't understand why someone going through this could be here, for example, on Monday at 1:30 if they had a class at 1:30 on a Monday, but they can't be here a Tuesday at 11 or whatever. And I said, in a nice way,
you're very lucky you don't understand that, actually.
It's not important that you understand that. What's important is that you understand what, not that or why. And it's and people don't, I mean, try telling somebody, why don't you have your car? Oh, because I had an accident. Why didn't you get a picture of insurance? Yeah. What'd you do? Well, I gave it to the insurance company and I never called them again. When was that? That was 1.5 years ago. Did you keep paying your car payment? Mm-hmm. You abandoned your car. Yes, I did. I gave away a $30,000 car. Now I have to pay for it. So, but I did not give my house away.
Yay, good.
Stop before that one.
Have you tried to call the insurance company about your car?
No, freeze.
Yeah.
For fucking real. Mm-hmm. That's why I have a case manager now.
Yeah.
Because that shit's not going to happen again.
Good. I'm very, very glad that you know what works for you.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing for yourself.
I'm very, very sad that I had to go through a financial disaster again because of a choice I made with my last case manager, which was a really bad one.
Yeah.
So, but here we are. And I am proud and I am happy.
Good. Because all we can do is move forward.
Absolutely. 100%. And I think that well, shit, man, you gotta feel this way about this one. I've grown up a bit in the past few months, and it's getting better.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kidding. Well, good.
Yeah. So, how are you time-wise?
We've been going for about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. We have plenty of time.
That's because I'm going to get out of here before at least 4 so I don't hit traffic. It's 3:41.
Alrighty then. What are you doing this weekend?
Nothing. I got nothing planned. I'm going to therapy tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Therapy.
And we're going to try to work on my medication stuff. Because I still can't take meds. Because I am too afraid to take meds. And you want to talk about freeze? There it is. You can't call your insurance company. I can't take medication that will probably help me.
What would happen if you put a pill in your hand and you like had water in your hand in a glass?
I just wouldn't put it in my mouth.
I get it. Totally. So you're working on that.
I am.
Okay.
I'm definitely trying to work on that because I'm getting to the point in my life where my life is not livable as much as I would like it to be. And I am suffering when there are tools out there that will help me not suffer as much that I cannot utilize to my advantage because my brain will not let me. So
let me ask you this. If you don't know, it's totally cool. Like with my OCD, my brain's telling me really, really fast before my foot hits the ground, if you touch that spot, whatever, and I'll touch it anyway. And I'll be like, come on, nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that with the medicine? Or is it the fact that it's in your body then for a time, your brain's like crazy?
Yes, okay. Exactly. It's more of like, if I could get the pill in my mouth and swallow it and like be okay with the sensations that it brings me, that is where the progress will be made. And that's the beauty of exposure response prevention.
Yeah.
But it is the anxiety attack that I have about what it's going to do to my body that is the issue. Because I have, and it's rooted in, I have so much medical trauma that I have faced in my life. And there have been so many times where medications have made me completely lose agency.
Yeah.
That I think it's really just one of those trauma-based fear responses that is, manifesting into my OCD and not allowing me to take the medication or do the thing. I mean, it wasn't until like a year and a half ago that I was even able to drink a protein shake because I had never drinking a protein shake before in my life. And I was so afraid of what it was going to do to my body. Same thing with like magnesium and other supplements. I did not know what it was going to do to my body, so I would not take it.
Mm-hmm. Does that manifest itself in any other way, or is it all medicine?
There's other ways that my OCD manifests. Like, I have contamination OCD as well. So like if I have a can of something and I leave it outside for a second and I go back to grab it, I can't drink it anymore because I just think somebody's drugged me or something's got in it or like a bug got in it and I'm going to get sick.
I was telling my therapist that, and we've talked about this before, I'm about symptom management. I don't need the feelings or thoughts to go away. I just need to be able to live with them. Is that what you're looking for, or do you want to not have those anymore?
I would love to not have them anymore, but I would love them to be manageable at the very least, because right now they're not. Especially with it manifests a lot in like intrusive, repetitive thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what has been the absolute worst for me and is really affecting my quality of life. Is I will just have a phrase or a piece of a song just stuck in my head, and it will repeat over and over and over again the same portion of the song over and over and over and over again, and I cannot get it to stop, and I cannot turn it off. And I'll be driving in a car, and I'll be like, "What if you just get into an accident?" And like my brain will literally like go through all of the emotions, and like I will literally like daydream myself getting into a really like severe car accident and stuff, and then I'll start getting anxious, and then I'll start like making myself get a panic attack and things like that. So
I always have I often have counting going on in my head. So you're doing a song while you're thinking, while you're talking. It's always, I get that.
Yeah. And like, it's honestly too really bad before I go to bed. And I've been having this thing lately. And I call it like a mental tick because that's kind of what it feels like. is like before I go to bed or when I'm in the shower or whenever there's a time where my brain is like able to like chill out and like I'm in like a space where, okay, like I don't have anything on my plate, blah, 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 like whatever. I'm just trying to focus on the task at hand. My brain will then jump to putting me into like an imagined scenario where I'm like fighting for justice for either myself, for someone in my life, you know, and really like acting it out as if it is a full play in my brain. And like I'm thinking about what I'll say, what they'll say, what I'll say back, like how like the situation is going to escalate, how I'm going to de-escalate the situation, like all of these really, really big like movie like scenarios in my brain. And I really put myself in it. Like I daydream like I literally can get lost in my brain.
Mhm.
I can literally sit here, stare at a wall, and live a whole different life inside of my head
Mhm.
than I live in reality.
Mhm.
And it's very, very annoying. It's fun sometimes,
Yeah.
like when I have like a crush or something, it's
Mhm.
really nice. But that has been kind of what I've been dealing with a lot lately, is just like those imagined scenarios where I'm just working myself up and I just never feel calm. Everything makes me feel nervous. Like every time I have a weird stomach sensation, just like everything makes me nervous. Everything makes me
You
nervous.
still going to the gym as much?
Yes.
Okay.
I am still going to the gym. I try to get there as much as possible, but even the gym now is starting to make me nervous.
Oh man.
Which was one of my things that really helped me out and was one of my tools that I utilized to really help work on my progress. And maybe I'm just not going enough anymore because my gym is so far away now. My gym close to my house closed down, and that really fucked with me. So now it's farther away and I have to drive all the way there, so it's harder to get there. So I think that is probably also impacting me a lot. But it's just one of those things where like I know if I were to take a medication, it would really help me be able to manage the symptoms. And a lot of times too, it helps. It helps like with like exposure response prevention.
I missed that.
Mhm.
With what?
With exposure response prevention, so ERP therapy. When you are medicated, the process, just kind of, it helps the process go. Like when you are at not necessarily even medicated, but when you are at when your window of tolerance is greater and you are at a lower activation level, right? It really helps move the process along. Like your brain is able to like accept, right? Like your brain is able to like do what it needs to do a lot more than when it's in the state that I'm in, which is just constant stress and anxiety.
Yeah, I'm not settled. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Poking.
No, exactly. And so like everything that I could be doing to help myself is taking a lot longer than necessary because I don't have I don't have the regulated nervous system, or at least a decently regulated nervous system that I would need for those things to be more effective. So
Jeez.
That's me. Hey.
Do you already know? I don't know. They're probably scheduled for an hour, but it's 50 minutes tomorrow. It's not an hour.
What?
A therapy hour is 50 minutes. You know that?
No, I don't know that because I always go from 9 a.m. till 9:59.
No.
Yeah.
I'm getting shorted 9 minutes.
I guess so.
That sucks.
Well, it's more like 9:55 because then we use the 5 minutes to schedule a new session.
Damn. But it's always the next Saturday at 9.
Not always. Sometimes it's 3, 4. Who knows? But it's always on a Saturday.
So this guy that I had met, that was our first meeting, my therapist, he said, he was concerned about my, safety and my social interaction and the people in my life and what kind of support I had. And do you have friends? I live by myself. Do you have any pets or plants? Do you like cats? And I said, I do. I love cats, but I just had a big lunch. And he said, I'm going to like you.
Oh, that's fun. That's funny.
And then we went and got a cat. So have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. What are you doing this weekend? Anything fun? Did you end up going to see Jeremiah?
Oh, who's that? No, I didn't. No, I'm not buying any more tickets. No, I don't know how many tickets I bought that I didn't get to go to the show for.
No, I'm very sorry about that. I wanted to go, but Evan was not.
I'm like, Amanda's like, we're bailing. I'm like, okay, if I get 2 people to go, will you send me your 2 tickets? And she's like, we never bought them. Oh, I'm like, fuck me.
It was one of those things where I forgot to buy the fucking tickets. But here's a funny story before we leave. I almost got arrested the night before. And
prostitution.
No. You caught me.
Oh my God, Amanda, I thought we helped you with that one.
No, I didn't actually almost get arrested, but it was my neighbors were being
upstairs.
Both. upstairs and downstairs were both being very
Malachi crunch.
very overwhelming, and so we had to call the non-emergency line on them, and then
What's that? 911?
No. Well, it's a non-emergency line, so it's like things when you have like your keys are stuck in your car or something that's like
My neighbor's a dick.
not necessarily. Yeah, exactly. Not necessarily like an emergency. So they came and they talked to both of the neighbors, and we were finally able to sleep.
Do they wear like vests, or they like?
No, they're
people,
actually cops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So.
Did they talk to you too?
No, they didn't talk to us. They talked to the upstairs neighbors, downstairs neighbors, because the upstairs neighbors actually came down and talked to them because they were so upset too. And it was like 3-4 in the morning when all this was going down. So we literally didn't sleep that night at all.
Damn. Oh, that's what. Yeah, okay. Which goes back to why. Okay.
Yeah. Why we didn't go to the Jeremiah show. So I'm sorry about that.
I am gonna have at some point. I'm very close to having 5 minutes of material for a stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to go to Chameleon one Thursday, and
I will love
you'll have to do it.
They see me. Oh, that's Charmeleon. Sorry.
And also, too, like, if you ever need anything to do, just call one of the staff members here.
I've heard
Jeannie,
that.
Julie, Mary, they'll
I've
hang out with
tried
you.
Jeannie 1,010,000 times.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She lives right around the corner. She's like, I can't right now. I'm too Catholic. Or...
There you go.
Oh, this was the other thing. Yeah, this is it. This is where I was going with the Ashley thing. So when she passed away, I was a wreck, and I'm still a wreck to a large degree. But I mean, it was horrible. And for the first time in 6 years, we have a grief group. That's not a support group; it's actual grief class, and it's been running for years. And Jeannie does it, and it's a great one. I've never been to it. The classes I've done here, I've done pickleball. I do sports shorts some more. I do fun stuff. I've done some good stuff. But I thought, you know what? I gotta know if I believe in what we do. And so I went and signed up for that class and shared some of that experience with you. It blew me away. And those people they're me. That's who I am. I am that person. And I needed that. And yeah, I believe in what we do. And I told Melissa yesterday, God damn, we do good work. Oh my God, we do good work. That's what I want to do. That's the answer to your question. I don't know how big or how little, but I know if it's just one person, that makes a huge difference for them that day. And it makes me feel good. So I do believe in what we do, and it's really good stuff.
Cool.
And that was really encouraging, and made me feel really good about all the work that we've done.
Amazing. Love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, it's a good note to end on.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
like
so.
A C sharp. Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye, y'all. We had Brian join us today.